The Conversation Hat Podcast.
Welcome back to the Conversation Hat Podcast.
Hello.
Hello. This is a show where Liam and Ben pull questions out of a hat with a guest. This week's guest is Mr. Stuart Ashen, or Stuart Ashens Ashen. I was trying to do the name in the middle of the name.
That doesn't work well with mine.
No, it does not.
Too much similarity.
Sorry. Yeah. Stuart, you have been on YouTube for ever so long.
I have over 12 years.
Wow.
People don't think YouTube's that old. It bloody is.
I've just learnt that it is.
Yes.
We all learned something today.
Now, that was a good podcast. See you next week, guys. Fun and educational.
We just check up how old one internet service is and then go, next week, Yelp.
Yes.
We're going to ask G... Oh, no, we're not.
Yeah, for the uninitiated, what kind of stuff do you do on YouTube, or have you done on YouTube?
Mostly pointing fun at really bad products, whether they be from Poundland or knockoff electronics or expired food or those loot crate things you buy every month that contains about £3 worth of things and costs 400. Anything like that, generally.
I wouldn't know anything about loot crate.
I don't believe you from your facial expression.
Just making sure I'm not wearing my Deadpool socks.
I had those. They were quality socks, to be fair.
They were until they got massive holes in. And then they didn't really work as socks
I
anymore.
mean, what else do you...
I don't know what happened to mine now I'm thinking about it.
Maybe they just disintegrated.
Yeah, just put them in the washing machine, they just turn to dust.
Turn to dust.
Yeah.
I watched one of your recent videos last night, actually, with all the panda-themed gear. That was... My God, there's some crap in the world.
And my friends Joe and Krista went to Edinburgh Zoo and saw just too much panda items that make no sense whatsoever. Panda lightsaber.
Panda lightsaber.
Yeah, that was a product.
So, yeah, that exists for some reason. My favourite was the panda head with wheels and exhaust pipes.
Disembodied. But the exhaust pipes were bamboo.
Yes.
So someone had
Attention to
clearly
detail.
thought it through at some point. Like, it had actually been designed. And they got somehow to the point where they thought the exhaust pipes, which it will need because it's a vehicle, but they should be bamboo. Bamboo? They should be bamboo because pandas, they didn't... They got to that point, but not the... Is this dumb?
Because it is.
It's important that children learn that pandas are cars at some stage in their education.
Pull a question out the hat and then say what it says. That's the whole point of this podcast.
Social media trend you don't understand.
Parents on social media. Here's a picture of my quiche.
Call Grandma.
What?
Grandma, there's a picture of a quiche.
Just parents. I know people of my age who were parents. They had Facebook before they had children. Mm-hmm. So should they just bin Facebook as soon as there's a
It depends.
small thing they need to look after?
Like turtles. I think it depends how responsible they're going to be with irrelevant commenting.
I would go with almost what you're saying, but parents who make their babies Facebook pages.
Oh, heavens. Same with pets.
Oh, I know.
There's something a little
I
more
can't
evil
say
about
what I
babies.
want to say, but yes, I know.
Are you trying to be diplomatic?
I'm trying to make it so if they listen to this, they don't know who they are. But yeah.
Just assume it's you, listener.
Yeah,
Just assume it's
alright,
you.
it's you. You do not need to make your dog an Instagram account. Put pictures of your dog on your Instagram, whatever. Don't give your dog an Instagram account. I'm not going to follow either of you, because if I cared about a dog, I'd buy one.
Wait, wouldn't you buy the dog and then care about it?
Possibly.
I would hope that would happen.
You don't meet the dog of your dreams and then some way down the line adopt it.
Well, isn't that...
Speed dating for dogs.
Yeah.
Speed adoption, oh God.
What could possibly
get-
go wrong?
Get the good... Isn't that what Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie did at some point? When it was relevant.
Speed dated dogs.
No, this is right. Quick, we want children. We'll have these 6. Do they still have the children?
I hope so.
I would imagine so. I think legally it's quite important you keep them.
Pretty
So-
hard to
Yeah.
get rid of once.
I don't keep up to date with current affairs. I don't know if that isn't really a current affair, because I don't think they've been together for
That's good. Yeah, they did split up, didn't they? I'm not good on this stuff either.
I'm really out of the
Like, this could have happened last year, it could have happened in 2006, I'm not sure. But, yeah, I would say chill. Social media accounts for people who don't, or things that don't know what it is. A child has no concept of a selfie. It can't hold its head up, let alone a camera. It cannot update its status in any form other than smell. I have pooped.
Instagram does not have that function yet. So,
No.
yeah.
And if it did, I wouldn't want dirty nappy on Instagram.
No, that's not top of the list, is it?
There's something. I agree with both your points, but I think that there's something really weird about like having a baby's account, because they're going to grow up and inevitably get an account. Are they going to
Keep the same one.
keep the same account, or what happens? Do they want their own one?
They'll want it deleted one day. They don't want baby pictures of themselves on their own
Exactly.
account.
Well, no, it's embarrassing. Like, it happens normally in films and TV shows. A character will bring home their girlfriend or boyfriend or partner or whatever to meet the parents for the first time, and then the parents go, "Oh, look, it's him pissing in the bath when he was 6." I don't know what children get up to, but but that's really embarrassing because no.
And now, instead of just being shown to the girlfriend from the photo album, it's on the internet for all to see.
Everyone can see it forever.
And copy each image one-to-one instantly.
Yeah. It's
You start dating someone, like, you don't really familiar. Yeah, I was a GIF when I was a teenager. I was the one with all the waffles, and he falls in the waffles.
Yes.
Oh, waffle kids.
Yeah. Oh, it was one
I
of
know
my
waffle
favourite
kids.
reaction GIFs.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody was a complete pissing bellend, I'd use that.
Yeah, there's plenty of social media I don't fully understand.
I have no understanding of Facebook. I just don't use it. I never have. I have to have an account to run like a fan page thing for Ashens.
Yeah.
And there's people I have contact with who only contact over bloody Facebook Messenger.
Right,
So I have
yeah,
to have
yeah.
it for that. But the actual looking at timelines and doing things in timelines, no.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
It takes
that.
up time, and I don't want really to see what other people are doing. I don't want them to know what I'm doing.
Yeah. If I'm scrolling through Facebook, I find most of the time I'm just getting angry. Why do I know these people? I know what you mean about Facebook. It's a little bit like an addiction at this point. I found myself. I'm actually worse with Twitter. I find myself closing Twitter because my brain's gone, see what's happening on Twitter. So I close Twitter and then open Twitter. No, I was just doing this. But that's not really a trend. That's just my brain not working.
That's a you problem.
Okay. I am the only one then.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
I find Twitter very useful. It massively cut down on the amount of emails I received, and it's quite good for direct. I used to quite enjoy it as well, but I've not really enjoyed it as such for a long time as a sort of fun thing. I think because I'm trying to think something happened. It happened a long time ago. Twitter punched me in the balls. No,
Stole my girlfriend.
Yes.
Kicked my dog.
ate my cat.
Put a tarantula on my plate.
Yeah, oh God, and it wasn't even dry. Yeah, I remember. My God, I made a joke, just a generic joke, not about anything specific, about something, and like loads of people had a go at me because something bad had happened in the news abroad or something, and I had no idea because it was in a country I didn't live in, and that was like, oh, this has now reached the point where you. And so I had to delete it and apologise.
Was it related, or was it just...
No, it's totally unrelated.
It's just you were having a joke on the same day?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I realised...
How dare you be frivolous?
Twitter will now not work because there's something bad going on in the world at all times. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, and there's a proper... I had to delete it and apologise. Sorry, I didn't realise. I was like, oh, no worries. So I thought, whew. I didn't end up in John Ronson's publicly shamed book or anything. But yeah, it's just then I realised, oh... You know, this is the problem perhaps with a global audience. So there's something going on somewhere at all times.
Someone will be offended by something even if it's nothing to...
I mean, that's fine. You get a few people out, but when this was like a lot of people, I was like, oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's something that, like, I was just trying to think in my head, like, there's no way to, like, by default get around that. So, like, saying... Here's a joke, brackets. Sorry if you're having a shitty day. I'm feeling pretty fucking good right now. There's no way around it. Like, otherwise you're just getting into like the weird realms of virtue signalling.
My Twitter feed is just me retweeting stuff.
You're very good at it.
I don't
I could tell you you were up this morning because I got like 20 retweets. Oh, Ben's awake.
The first part of his brain is the retweet gland, which comes in at the back here.
Well,
Starts to pulsate and glow.
it's just that I agree with a lot of stuff on Twitter, but I can't think of anything interesting enough that I would.
That's the thing. Often there is nothing to add, really, is
Yeah,
there?
like, I don't-
I agree with this. This! Exclamation mark. Picture of clapping hands. It doesn't really add anything, does it?
That might be. I actually might hate that more than whatever it was I said.
Oh, the
God,
bit where
just
it's
this.
Yes,
a word and then clap,
clap,
and then a word and then clap. I'm like, this hurts. I'm angry with my own brain because it's putting the.
That is such a ridiculous... Who does that? I think that this is a good thing. The concept is ridiculous.
I've only seen it once. It was on an American TV show, and that's the. Before that, it had just
there
been.
is a precedent then, or
Yeah,
was
so
this
it's like,
after the Twitter?
I don't think you should be here. I don't. It's meant to emphasise
Oh,
Right.
what they're saying.
If you sass
worked really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
but
Twitter
written
does
down,
not
it
have
do-
inbuilt sass, though, does it? It's just
should.
literally script and emoji.
written down. It doesn't work.
Ah.
It's no. Stop it. all of you, stop it.
Emoji is a funny one as well. One of the team names at the Norwich Gaming Festival pub quiz last night was just a poop emoji.
How did that appear on the handwritten form?
They drew it really well and then wrote poop emoji near it just in case you didn't know. But it was a proper quality drawing, you knew.
Yeah, wow.
It's not actually poo. It's chocolate ice cream.
We all know what it is.
come on.
I'm not
Poo.
licking that ice
Come on,
cream.
buddy.
But it's
It's Patrick
So-
Stewart
so, like-
in a film talking about
yeah. The Emoji Movie made me so cross.
that was a thing. I went to see it with a friend because it's internet stuff, and if you don't see it, you can't have an opinion on
Yeah.
it. And yeah, it wasn't as bad as everyone said, but to be fair, I don't think anything could be. But it was just real shit tier children's animation, bottom of the barrel, with a load of company names and logos thrown in. It really
It was like
poor.
Adfest, which is like
really
the internet.
poor. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot worse. I mean, it's like a better film than Surf Nazis Must Die, but but they are in very different genres.
yeah.
How was the soundtrack for Surf Nazis Must Die? Was it
I can't
Wagner or was
remember.
it Beach Boys?
It was more Beach Boys, if I recall.
I can get on board with that.
If I remember, the title is almost irrelevant. It's just like when I said, we got a beach. Oh no, some bad guys on the beach. We got rid of the bad guys. Do. I can't remember. I tried to watch it when I was about 13 and you couldn't hold your attention. It's absolutely incompetent.
Surf Nazis Must Die.
Yeah. Or for
Show
so
notes.
many of these 80s and late 70s films which are just so chronically dull.
My brother gave me a lager which said Sharknado 3, the movie, the lager.
What? Was one or the other?
Yeah, pick a team.
What other Sharknado would you have it confused with?
Yeah, the Sharknado 1 lager was terrible.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I thought it was, Sharknado 3, the movie. I thought you meant Sharknado 3, the American boy band. I mean, what?
The phenomenon.
Yes.
The thing that has happened.
I did like that the sequel to Sharknado was called Sharknado 2: The Second One.
Perfect.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, Oh, God, Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo. That's well, it's technically a film. Yeah. God.
So Facebook, children clapping.
Facebook children clapping.
Facebook children clapping.
That sounds like a pitch for a really bad film in itself.
Oh, please, no one make that. Or if
I've
you do make
written it in my head now.
let's Give me money for it.
Conversation.
Tentacles or tail?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Would this be in addition to arms? I'm guessing it would have to be because you couldn't have just a tail. You'd be like a stump
So,
and a tail.
I mean, they would do different jobs, wouldn't they? A tail would just be on your bum, and tentacles would be, what, instead of arms? Or additional? Would the tentacle be where a tail is? Because then is that still technically a tail?
That'd still be a tail.
Tentatail, tail-tickle. Tail-tickle sounds like
Tentatail games.
some sort of ball adornment.
So tentacles could have a use. Tail, very unlikely to have a use.
Unless you basically used it like...
Unless it was a prehensile tail.
Like some monkeys use their tails as like an extra limb.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it just like a dog tail that wags, or is it a monkey tail which is prehensile?
I'd want monkey tail.
Is it literally a tentacle? A tentatail?
Tail.
Or do you just have like tentacles coming out your back?
Well, if Spider-Man 2 taught us anything, it's that they will take you over and make you a supervillain.
They will.
Ooh.
Or is that only robot ones?
There'd be robot ones if the little chip went.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if Day of the Tentacle taught us anything, half of tentacles will grow arms and become evil.
Day of the Tentacles.
Day of the Tentacle.
Day of the Tentacle.
Oh, Ben.
What?
Ben.
Early LucasArts adventure. Yeah.
The drive home is going to be really boring for you. Day of the Tentacle is an incredible LucasArts
Point and click
point
adventure.
and click. Yeah, that's it. I was going to say RPG. It's not an RPG.
There's, I think there's a version on Steam that's like remastered or something and works on modern computers. And
because Laura's never played it because she's not a nerd. So she,
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Thanks for
That's
editing.
our editor.
Yeah, she downloaded it like a couple of weeks ago and started playing because we've got blitzed through all the Monkey Islands in like a hot weekend.
nice.
And then, you know how to party, okay? Yeah, now we're on Day of the Tentacle. It's really good. It's really funny and it's odd. And there's a pair of tentacles and like them being there is never questioned. It's just fine. And one of them drinks sewage and like grows arms, and the other one's like, uh-oh, and like, I'm gonna take over the world.
I feel that a tail may be more socially acceptable. And would
There have been people born with rudimentary tails
Yeah.
and stuff.
yeah, they got like little. They can waggle it.
Ben just waggled his finger.
Yeah,
I
because
wasn't
that's
sure what
all it
waggling
does.
the tail
It
would be.
waggles.
Back and forth.
Yeah, whereas
Does it send
people being
messages?
born with tentacles not happen to my
Not
knowledge.
so much.
No.
The
Although there is porn of both.
I'll bet. So tentacle porn is a thing, isn't it? Even
Tentacle
I've
porn
heard of
and
this.
there is prehensile tail porn.
That's a new one on me,
Really?
but it doesn't surprise me. Well, if you had tentacles, you could like get jobs in horror films and stuff. Wear a funny suit and wave your tentacles through it.
Oh, I thought you meant like with the rigging, you could just climb up the wall.
that as well.
Just-
Yes.
The Fresnel is not focused.
Yeah. There we are. He's both the gaffer and an actor. Yeah. Whereas again, a tail. What is that?
Unless you've got like a Warhammer Skaven knife-holding tail or something.
Yeah, that could be something. But just having a tail isn't enough to be a horror villain. Do you know of Manos, Hands of Fate?
Oh, that sounds really familiar.
Famously had the piss ripped out of it on Mystery Science Theatre 3000.
That's possibly where I know it from.
They have a character in it called Torgo,
Right.
who has his own theme music, which is amazing. It goes, and anyway, this family ends up at an abandoned house, or sort of abandoned-looking house. Now it's run by the master, and he's a Satanist and all this. But Torgo is like the master doorman and sort of the
Right.
apprentice, second-in-command type. And the idea is he's supposed to be a satyr or a faun,
Okay,
like
yeah.
Pan, that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
So he's got these sort of backwards goat legs.
Yeah.
He has to wear trousers to
knees
cover
that-
them. That's
yeah,
it. They
go
forget the
backwards.
retrograde knees or whatever. They go
Yeah.
backwards. And they're giving him the beard and that. And of course he comes in, goes, he's a faun. Except due to utter fucking incompetence, because it was written and produced by one twit, they put the prosthetics for his knees on backwards. So instead of making it look like his legs bend backwards, he's just got really bulgy knees. And
Wow.
that is their monster in that film, a man with bulgy
Bulgy
knees,
knees.
who has his own theme tune. Not the knee man, mother, no! The master is baiting, he will be pleased. That's definitely something to watch. And when I say watch, I mean the Mystery Science Theatre episode. Do not try and watch the film on its own. 'Cause
I'm
it's
writing a song called A Man with Bulgy Knees.
a man
This
with...
is happening.
Oh,
There's maybe a limerick in there of some sort. I once saw a man with bulgy knees. He bulged his knees with ease. I don't know.
Shorts into his legs, he squeezed.
It's got a rhyme of cheese at the end, doesn't it?
Cheese for breeze.
Yeah, Febreze is good, yeah.
knees.
I think we're agreed on tail.
I'm gonna go with
There's
tail.
something to be said for tentacles, but I think the thing that's bothering me is I don't really know where they would go.
Well,
A
yeah,
tail
unless
is
you
very
change your
straightforward.
entire body. Like if you had
mean, I've been
tentacles instead
working
of
on that,
legs, then
Oh, that's
fine.
some
Shoes
octopus
would
stuff.
be annoying. If you had
Yeah.
tentacles instead of arms, then typing would be a pain in the ass. I'd go with tail.
Isn't there a character in Futurama, one of Leela's parents, who has tentacles instead of arms?
Yeah.
Yes.
And a
Yeah.
sideways mouth. I think.
Yes.
Sideways
yes.
Oh no, the dad has the sideways mouth. The mum has the tentacle arms.
She does like this mother flailing with
They like
tentacles.
live under the earth, don't they?
Yeah, they live in
I miss Futurama
old
so much.
New York
York. That's it.
because they couldn't be bothered to rip old New York down, so they just built on top of it.
Yeah.
So they have all the sewer people. One of them's just a leg.
That's gonna, yes, I remember that
just
one.
a leg with a hat on.
and a face. Right, I see it.
Nagging. Negative X.
When you have 3 eggs, but then you eat 5 eggs, you have negative 2 eggs.
It's called negging. Nagging. Negative X. Nagging. Negative X. Nagging.
Conversation 6.
Podcast.
What would the musical of your life be called? What would the main song be called?
Ooh.
So a musical of your life, and what's the main theme?
I mean, it's not going to be good, is it?
I mean, if we don't know who's going to compose it, I'll compose it, so it won't be good.
As long as it's not Danny Elfman.
I don't mind Danny Elfman.
I know, I like Danny Elfman,
Everything
but
will just feel a bit Christmassy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The only human to own a Glockenspiel. You can look up sales records of Glockenspiels. 1.
It's just
Danny Elfman.
Elfman and the small practice room at school.
Yeah, yes. I like to think they stole theirs, or they just appeared one day. They grew out of the wall of the music room.
On the back it says, on loan from the studio of D. Elfman.
Just
Danny Elfman sneaks in at night to the Glockenspiel.
I can't think of his name. Bear. I think it's Bear.
Bear McCreary.
Bear McCreary.
He's a fucking boss, man. I love Bear McCreary.
He does such cool
Battlestar
stuff.
Galactica, all along the Watchtower, Battlestar Galactica. Holy
Walking
shit.
Dead, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the new God of War game.
Did he do?
Oh,
I'm back
shit,
on the war
son.
now.
And it's... Oh yeah, I've been telling you to buy a PlayStation 4 just for that and for...
You should have told me
Like
Bear
Paul.
Zero
McCreary
Dawn.
composed it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And it's amazing
Sold.
because the music that he has in it, you don't quite realise is there until suddenly you go, wow,
Yeah.
good
It
music.
just sinks under and you don't really notice the score.
yeah.
That's a quality
perfect.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's like just as much a part of the story as the voice,
Quite.
the
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
actors.
Genius.
So I would want him.
Good shout.
The main one would just be ambient disappointment. You just
What's the ensemble? What instruments would they be?
not very good ones. A muted glockenspiel. We'd have to borrow from Danny Elfman.
Or a half-assed didgeridoo?
Yeah.
It's just a bored Australian. Oh, mate.
What would it be called? Either the musical be called or the main thing be called. Could you just call it-
Waste of money.
Whoa.
No, I don't know. I would say like the trial and tribulation, but that seems overused.
Does it?
I don't know. I swear that was a common phrase.
Trials and tribulations. I
Yeah.
suppose it is. Yeah. It's not massively zeitgeisty.
Like
You
I
could-
wouldn't want that. I don't know.
Trials and tribulations.
Ooh.
Tribulations.
Tribulation.
So I'm having a stroke. Trib and
Stop it. We're in
tribun.
public. Don't forget your meds. That's what it would be called. Don't forget your meds.
Don't forget your meds.
Yeah.
Oh, you could
Don't forget your meds. You know it's not good when you do.
remember. You could use.
Oh
the
God,
meds-
did you take them? How do you know? How many were in the cup?
use the meds as like a shaker.
Oh, nice. Yes, maracas.
Yeah.
And then and then the
Med
twist at the
rackers.
that's
Hey.
like the common thing, but as the show goes on, it gets slowly quieter and quieter, and then at the end, the character of me goes to shake them, and there's no noise, and you go, the pharmacy is closed, and then at the end, he forgets his meds.
Oh no! Is he fine or is he not fine?
Do
I have to pay to
You
find
don't know. It just goes straight to blackout.
That's the setup for the sequel.
Yeah, and then
Electric Boogaloo.
everyone else comes out and bows, except him. You
pill
expect
pop
him
comes
to be
out.
at the end, to be the last one to go, ah, and lead the final bow, but
He's
he never
just
turns
sitting
up.
in the street as you exit the theatre.
just laying on a box. Outside Boots. No.
Whoa.
Cool.
That took a turn.
It's an Olivier Award right there.
Mine would be called Cavalcade of Tat. And all the music would have to be composed by They Might Be Giants
Yes.
in their earlier style with a lot of accordion and annoying synths. The main theme would be I don't know what I'm doing, which could have a cavalcade of all the YouTubers singing that one.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the audience are forced to face another way by YouTube representatives, and the show just continues, but nobody knows it's going on.
And somehow Will Smith is making money.
Yes, that's all you can see. Will Smith talking about algorithms in front of you. Yeah.
No one asked him to be there.
Yeah.
But he is.
Yeah, and nobody gets paid except
Not
him.
rapping, might I add.
Yes, it's just like the Fresh Prince never happened.
Why has he stopped rapping after all of his movies?
I think he's like Family Man now.
Well, yeah, but like he did.
Family man cannot rap. Go home and be a family man rapper.
But no, like in Wild Wild West, he
Yeah.
rapped over the credits.
Yes.
Same with
Yeah.
Men in Black, 1 and 2. Not sure about 3, but you know, I don't think he rapped at the end of Bright. Or
That would have made
I
it a
Am
better
Legend.
movie.
I think he just cried at the end of it. I am legend rap at the
Yeah.
end.
Yes.
We
7.
killed the dog. We went there.
This is nothing like the books.
Yeah. We showed it to a test audience. They ruined it.
He raps at the end of £7 and it's just crying. I've not seen the movie, but apparently it's sad.
I don't know what it is. £7.
I've heard of it. I don't even know the plot. I've literally just heard it's sad.
I think probably cancer. That's normally the go-to sad thing. I think it's something like
It
that.
needs a really
Or
upbeat
his-
rap at the end with constant jokes about Uncle Phil throwing DJ Jazzy Jeff out through the door. Or the ghost of Uncle Phil, I suppose. 'Cause he
Oh,
died.
God.
Yeah.
But I'd want the ghost of Uncle Phil to be dressed as Shredder.
Oh,
Because he voiced Shredder.
he
in it.
did.
Oh, we're
Right,
back
yeah.
to Turtles. Wow.
Hey,
Full
the wheel has
circle.
come full circle. Yeah.
What would my musical be called? Probably Don't Do the Thing.
I'm gonna do the thing. Don't do
No,
the thing.
son, you must not do the thing. But father, I want to do the thing.
No, son. You
I'd
must
like
not
to
do the
think
thing.
that it would be called "Don't Do the Thing," and then like as a subtitle, the preamble towards the thing.
Yeah, it's a so the musical of my life is a prequel to The Thing, scored by Reggie Watts. And I would just steal fuck shit stack for the main theme. Don't do the thing, brackets, fuck shit stack reprise.
If it's got a reprise in, you know
Yeah.
it's going to be fun.
That's how you end a show, with a good old reprise.
Yeah, you do.
The conversation hat.
The conversation hat. The conversation hat.
The Conversation Hat Podcast.
Best tips for a first date.
Ooh,
Tell them.
show up.
Yeah, show up.
Yeah.
It's super important.
Arrange it definitely.
Yeah.
I found I might have actually said this on the show. Apparently, like Nando's is a first date place because
Cheeky.
unimaginative.
Sure.
But apparently, for the guys, ask the waiter. They'll order like a lemon and herb or whatever it is, but ask the waiter to put the extra hot flag in there
Oh,
for
come
them
on.
to try and show off.
Nobody's impressed by Nando's heat.
Nando's hot, fiery hot is not hot.
Yeah, true.
It's just chicken.
The lemon and herb one tastes like you're licking those wipes for your hands from KFC.
Yeah, it probably does.
Uh,
Or like you've accidentally fallen asleep under one of those sanitary hand.
Oh,
Gel.
yes. It's just dripped into your mouth a little bit while you were sleeping. Yeah.
So Nando's is a no.
No.
No doze.
Does it have to be food? 'Cause the traditional ones are food.
Dinner and a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, movies such a bad one because you sit there in silence, facing away from each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. never
You need
understood
some
that.
sort of activity you partake together. Bowling.
I was going to say bowling's
Bowling,
always...
something like that. Yeah.
Bowling can be a good one. Lots of people say the zoo.
Really?
But again, I can't.
The problem with the zoo is it's less of a casual thing. You have to, make arrangements to travel there and all that kind of thing.
So you've
And
got
if
to
it's
get
not
there.
very good, you're stuck there all day.
It's an investment if it's crappy. Yeah.
So maybe that's why it's sort of not many people do this because it's a bad idea.
Lego. Just build some Lego. Just buy a Lego kit, sit down, cup of tea, make some Lego, chit chat.
But if someone does that and it's the Millennium Falcon, then
Yeah.
you're there for a long old time.
No buying the special edition Star Destroyer. You need one of the sets that's 30 quid or less. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, none of the big ones. When you said that, I was like, the Millennial Falcon, it made no Kessel Run. It did not even show up. It's got a dressing gown on. It's a bit glum. Has no prospects.
Because you said the Kessel Run. People seem to think they're being clever when they go, parsec is a measure of distance, not time. Yeah, it is. But the Kessel Run is full of stuff. So you have to move around it loads. So it takes ages to do it. But there is the shortest route through it is 12 parsecs. So to
Have you seen the Solo movie?
Yeah.
No,
They literally do this and explain it.
Yes.
I have not seen it.
They basically
Yeah.
do the thing. No spoilers, they do that thing.
Yes. So it's the idea is the shorter the distance, the more dangerous the route.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Solo does it in 13 parsecs, but he
mean,
rounds down.
You're right. You're right. But
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was unaware that a movie had come out to point that out. So
you were unaware a movie had come out.
good.
Can
That's
I share
really
a
is.
theory with you? It's not spoilery about the Solo movie.
Okay.
And I will be doing a
Although he does
YouTube-
die at the end.
Ah.
Um,
And it turns out all the rest of the actual Star Wars films are just Luke's dreams. And he wakes up at the end of episode 9 and goes, oh,
what's a Wookiee?
yes. And he just actually worked in a car park in Chepstow.
Okay, here's my theory. I will do a YouTube video at some point because this is where nerdy things live. There's a scene at the very start of the Solo movie where he's walking through like a Empire recruitment office, and there's a TV screen which has got "Enlist now, be a pilot, do the thing, hooray, not evil," and it's playing a version of the
Imperial March.
Imperial
Yeah.
March transposed into the major key, so it's like Umpar and sounds well German. I'm just going to say it, and it's essentially a transposition of the Imperial March by John Williams. My theory is that John Williams as a person exists within the Star Wars universe,
So he could write that theme.
so he could write the theme so that he could use it within as advertising. So he is a character within Star Wars and has had his music licensed for non-diegetic purposes as well as diegetic purposes.
But of course, he would be called something like John to Wicolium or something.
And he also wrote pub music for bounty hunters.
Yeah, he did.
Pub music for bounty hunters. Sounds like
compilation.
Yeah, if you were in the charity shop on Jakku or something, that's one of the records.
Now
you'll find
that's
in
what
it.
I call cantinas.
Yeah, yes.
Anyway, that's my theory. So my theory is John Williams exists. He writes music that is used by the Empire, and he also writes pub music for cantinas and the band in Jabba's palace that we try not to talk about because it's from the extended edition.
Se3ep11 and the Rebo Band.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with you, but you might have just made that up.
No,
I
that's true.
don't-
Se3ep11 is I believe, the singer with the crazy
Yeah.
thing from the original. Max Rebo is the blue guy on the giant's piano thing he
weird elephant
sits in.
thing.
I have a action figure of the piano,
Yeah.
like the little circular piano, but we don't have the blue guy that plays it. We have like a sort of white, pale-skinned potato guy, like pig hooves, but he fits in the piano. It's
Ah,
like-
yes, he's the one who plays the flute
He plays
thing.
like
Yes.
like an oboe-looking thing.
Yeah, it looks like the Michelin Man deflated a bit.
We also I wonder if it's super rare. We've got the I think they're called Gamoran guards, who are like
Yeah.
the orc-looking pig dudes
The
who
big
are
guys.
green.
Oh, yeah.
We've got like a fat white dude one.
That is Friar Tuck from Robin. Oh, because remember the old Kevin Costner film just Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
They were Hasbro figures, mostly from like things like there's a figure of it's quite obviously Kevin Costner's head on another body, and this body is reused from Green Arrow, and he's got like a G on his belt buckle, Robin Hood, because it's just recoloured. But the Friar Tuck figure was literally a Gamorrean guard from Star Wars that they retooled slightly and stuck a Mike McShane head on. So if it looks like Mike McShane,
perfect.
that's what that is.
I mean, it mostly just looks like my dad because it's a fat white dude with a beard who could easily
Is
be
your
cast
dad
as-
Mike McShane?
I'm pretty sure he's Henry VIII.
So he's Brian Blessed, is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yeah, very similar. If he wasn't so loud and taught physics.
I'd go to school.
Well done, Ben.
If Brian Blessed was teaching
You're in
me.
your
You wouldn't
20s, why
dare
are you
not
going
to,
to
would you?
school?
Yes.
Well, because shut up. Because Brian Blessed is teaching. Of course, I would go to school. We're going to see Brian Blessed.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to an evening with Brian Blessed.
Cambridge Cornets.
What a man.
If anyone knows Brian and fancies, like,
Brian.
say, going, hey Brian, do you want to go on a podcast? He'll probably go, no. But
The great thing is you don't have to mic him up. He just imprints on any recording media nearby. for the sheer loud.
I'm not expecting him to have a mic when we go and see him. We'll just be at the back, our hair slightly blowing through the sound waves of his mighty voice.
If you're lucky, he'll show you his really messed up foot.
He has a messed up foot.
He has a very messed up foot from where he landed
Cool.
badly from a parachute jump once.
Ooh.
Because he's always doing crazy shit. No, I think he was in the military at the time. But
Oh, wow.
Doesn't he has over 2,000 pets?
good God. Are they all lice?
I'm
Kept in his
hoping that
beard.
some of them are bees. Because otherwise
Trained
it's
them.
just
Go forth!
just a butt ton of llamas knocking about
They're all elephants.
blessed grounds.
He's reenacting Flash Gordon with llamas.
Llamas and bees.
Dive, my llamas! Perfect. I think we're going to have to call it there.
Do you think his wife ever asks where the car is? And he goes, "It's in the drive!" No, that wasn't funny. Get rid of that.
No, go on, no, explain it. for all of us.
Like how Gordon's alive.
live, but yeah, it was a little bit too far from the original.
It worked in my head, but not when I said it. Like so many things. Thanks for coming on the
When-
show. Laura, edit
No,
that.
I've got one. I've got one
Edit
now.
that bit out. Go on.
When his wife asks him if he wants a gin and tonic, it's like, what kind of gin do we have? Gordon's is dry. It's better
That's
than yours.
closer.
Thank
That's
you.
closer.
But it's
Because Gordon's is dry, it's gin.
I'm trying to think of something that transliterates better. It can't be funny now because we're done to death. But
Yeah,
how
that's-
about they're staking out a herb garden, and he's like, "Gordon the chives."
yeah. I'm annoyed because that was good, and that means that we have to keep
Yeah,
my
but-
shit one in.
I had quite a long time to think of that while you were all doing it.
Stuart, thank you so much
You
for
get
making...
100 bonus points now if you get Gordon Blessed to say
Gordon
Gordon
Blessed.
the chives. Oh no! To say Brian's alive.
Brian's alive.
Brian's alive.
Who am I?
He just wanders off and never seen again.
was identified a week later in the morgue by his weird foot.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just his foot is there going, yes, that's him.
Yeah.
It's actually the one from Futurama.
Yes, it escaped.
Thanks so much for making time to talk to us. I hope this
Yeah.
was
I'm most welcome.
the kind of odd that you enjoy.
Oh yes, I enjoy all kinds of odd.
Fantastic.
Just check my browser history.
Do you want to, just what's the best websites to find your stuff? YouTube,
Certainly
presumably?
YouTube. Let's just do a Google for Ashens, Ashens, and joy will follow.
I highly recommend the Panda video. Nice
was
one.
on
Thanks so
recently.
much.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Go and listen to us more, or come back in a couple of weeks. And
That was
be
the
some-
best plug I've ever heard.
Thanks.
Don't listen to us less.
Don't listen to us less.
Go back in time.
Do more listening.
Retract your ears.
No, don't retract the ears. Just listen more.
Or pay more attention.
Or
Get
pay
more
us.
bang for
Go
your buck.
Patreon and give us money. You
Speaking
bastards.
of which, here's Speaking of bastards, here's a Patreon ad.
Love you. Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Conversation Hats podcast. I'm assuming you're listening to the very end because that's how much you like the show, which is cool. So I'm going to reward that by giving you a few ways you can get involved or support the show. Firstly, if you want to submit questions for us to answer on the show, you can post on our Facebook page or send us a tweet at ConvoHatPodcast. Secondly, if you're a Facebook user, you can like and follow the Conversation Hat page, which guarantees you'll actually see the stuff we share on Facebook. Thirdly, we post videos about the show to YouTube via the Stabbed Panda TV channel, so you can subscribe to that. We also have some official merchandise available on redbubble.com. Just search for the Conversation Hat podcast. You can find mugs, bags, shirts, all manner of good stuff. Lastly, for the super fans, you can set up a Patreon subscription which will give you access to new episodes of the show a whole week earlier than non-subscribers. Some of the different tiers of subscription can also give you access to behind the scenes stuff and patron-only merchandise like hats, badges, which are not available anywhere else. So if you want to take a look at that, that is patreon.com/conversationhat, and feel free to do any of the other things, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.